Hey guys. Last year at F8, everyone here together in the San Francisco Design Center started a movement. We started building social applications, and we transformed the social graph from being an abstract concept to a tool that helped millions of people across the world share information. The last year has been a good year. By working together and building an open platform, we've started to unlock all the different ways that people can share information through the things that we're all building together. And in the process, we've built a large and thriving ecosystem. I'm also the first to admit that we've made a lot of mistakes, and there are a lot of things that we've had to learn, including how to work more closely with our developer community, and how to make sure that the applications that are providing the most long-term value are the ones that succeed in the ecosystem. And this is going to be a big focus of ours this year. In the world that we're all building together, application developers can see such quick results, like having hundreds of thousands or even millions of people try out their applications within a couple of weeks. It's important for us to take a step back and focus on the real value that we're building, what sustainable success is over a long period of time, and what this movement that we're a part of is really all about. So in addition to some of the products that we're going to talk about, that's what I hope you take away from today. Thank you all for coming, and welcome to F8. When we talk about the movement that we're a part of, it's important for us to have a very clear sense of our mission and the purpose behind what we're all doing. In our culture at Facebook, we have a very deeply held purpose, but it wasn't until about 6 months ago that we tried to articulate it in the form of a mission. And it was pretty difficult for us to write down and identify what some of the core concepts were. There aren't great words to describe some of these things. It wasn't until a few months in that I wrapped my head around it, when I was off traveling around the world for a few weeks on what a couple of bloggers called a vision quest, but I called it a vacation. And I was traveling through Istanbul, and far away from the day-to-day in Palo Alto and all the hectic stuff that we have to deal with in Silicon Valley. And I got a chance to put down my BlackBerry for a minute and put down my iPhone and clear my mind and stop thinking about all the products that we were building and all the things that we're trying to do to push the world forward. And I met this Turkish entrepreneur and developer, and we had dinner, and it was just a great conversation. And just got to really focus on the exchange and the sharing that was going on and be fully present. And the feeling is really rare when we're out here in Silicon Valley, because we're all under so much pressure, just working so hard to get a lot of stuff done. So I took two things away from that experience. The first was that I really want to see us build a product that allows you to really feel a person and understand what's going on with them and feel present with them. And the second goes to our broader purpose, that we want to extend those moments of presence and feeling like you're with someone and help people have more open connections through helping them share more. So what we're all doing, our engineers at Facebook and all the developers who are building on top of the platform, is we're working to make the world a more open place. And we're helping people have a fuller understanding and connection with people in the world around them. Now, when most people think about openness or transparency, they're thinking about how to make some kind of knowledge or information more available. But what we're talking about is the most important and interesting information, which isn't written down anywhere. It comes from people. It's not out there, it's not available to be had, it's not out there ready to be indexed. It's only available if the people who have it themselves choose to share it and have the power and the tools to do so. And that's what we're all doing together. So Facebook's mission, and the mission of the whole community, is to give people the power to share in order to make the world more open and connected. And by giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. And this transparency is really important because it helps us understand each other and brings us together and helps us see the good and the bad that we all do. And that makes us so that we can recognize the good and reinforce it and take the less good stuff that we do and discourage other people from doing it. In the world we're building, where the world is becoming more transparent, it becomes good for people to be good to each other. And that's really important now because the world's really interconnected, and we have to help everyone come together to solve some of the world's really big problems. This isn't one organization's mission. Making the world more open and connected and helping bring the world together is more than any single organization can do. In our ecosystem, this is what we're all doing, and we're doing it together. We keep this in mind whenever we build products or make important decisions at Facebook, and we hope you do too. We want the community and the ecosystem to be aligned with us, and a lot of what we're going to discuss today is around how we can do that. When we first started thinking about platform, and what we were thinking about was how we can enable other people to build more apps like our own to give people more ways to share information. It was just a small group of people working on it. We were just brainstorming. It was me, Charlie Cheever, Ari Steinberg, D'Angelo, Rucci, Dave Fetterman, Julie Zhu, Aaron Satego, just a small group of people. And we were just in a room thinking about how we could do this. And we just had no clue how far the idea would go. We started talking to some partners about it, and some people saw what we were trying to do and got really excited about it, and other people just didn't agree. Well, the last year has been pretty crazy. And I think the results have shown that not only a lot of developers, but a lot of people all over the world are joining this movement. And they're doing it to use the products and the applications that we've all built in this room. So let's take a look at the results. At last year's F8, there were 24 million people who were using Facebook. And we said that if we had just an excellent year, by the end of 2008, we might be able to get to 100 million people on Facebook. Well, I'm pleased to say today that with your help, we're already at 90 million people on Facebook, and a lot of them are coming to Facebook to use all the applications that you guys and we have built. Over the last year, a lot of this growth has been from outside the United States internationally. And last year at F8, we were around 50-50, so half of our users were in the US and half were outside the US. And this was already a pretty good amount of progress for us because we just started off as this little American company in a dorm room here. And over this year, the international growth has been larger, and we're now at more than 2/3 international. And you can take a look at where people are here. We have one guy in Greenland. And Madagascar. And some people apparently in the Pacific Ocean. Many of these people live in English-speaking countries. So a large number of our users are in Canada or the UK, Australia, India. In Canada, which is our most penetrated country, almost 40% of people in Canada are on Facebook. So that's a lot. For people who don't live in countries that are predominantly English-speaking populations, we've taken a pretty unique approach to translating the site. What we've done is we've taken all the text strings and phrases on the site, and we've put them into a database. And this was pretty complicated because of some really language-intensive products like Newsfeed that we have. But we took the text strings, we put them in a database, and we made it so any person on Facebook could offer a translation and vote on other people's translations. And the result of this is that it's helped us offer Facebook in new languages very quickly. The first language that we opened for translation was Spanish, and within 2 weeks, the people on Facebook had translated it. The second language was French, and that took less than 24 hours. We're now open for translation in more than 60 different languages, almost 70, and the site is already translated and available, in more than 15 different languages. Now, one of the things that a lot of you guys have asked for over the last year is a way to make it so that your applications can be available to everyone across the world in every different language. So we've heard this request, and one of the things that I'm pleased to announce today is that we're opening up the translation tool so that platform applications can use it to translate their applications into all the same languages that we offer around the world.